what was your inspiration behind choosing this particular actors and this particular director? I mean, there are many actors and directors and
No,
legends.
as I told you, I mean the what sort of inspired Dheeraj to make the film was the biography. He read Changing, and that's what inspired him to make the film on her. The funding came from Norway, yes. The NFI, Norwegian Film Institute, are the major funders. But yeah, it took about 4 years, 4 to 5 years for to raise the funds and actually find the producers. The producers then had access to NFI. So Dheeraj had initially approached Liv in 2008. And he'd written a letter. Actually, a friend from Norway, Dheeraj had asked her to, get Liv's address, and it was so sweet of her to. She got the address. She lives in Boston, so she got the address, and Dheeraj wrote a letter. And it was surprising that after, say, about 4 to 6 weeks, he got a call from Liv, and that was something really surprising. And yes, over the phone she agreed to do the film, and this, then it was to raise money. But then it took about 4 years to find Rune Tronsen, who's the producer of the film, and Nordic Stories. And once they came on board, then we approached Liv again, and at that point probably she changed her mind and she said no. She didn't tell Dheeraj, but she told the producers that I'm not interested. But then this of course didn't come to Dheeraj. Then they only convinced her that you at least meet him, have a meeting, and then if you don't want to do it, it's your choice. But then it was good that she met, and then she agreed. Yes, feature film wise first film. We have done documentaries before, like a shorter format, but feature length wise it's the first film.
Just like, was she fascinated or interested to know that a director from another country is so interested in their life and their story? And
yes, that was one of the reason. That was one of the reason, and also the way the way the film is, and this is how it was pitched to her. And this is not something that is done, because there are a lot of documentaries that have been made on Ingmar Bergman and Liv Ullmann, and they have had a controversial relationship. And in Norway, because people have grown to their cinema, I think controversy is something that you immediately go to, and that was not something that Dheeraj was trying to deal with, which is what she liked. And once we started shooting, and once initially we had a trailer, and once we started showing the trailer to raise money, that's when people in Norway were really excited that a person from India is making the film and not somebody from Norway. That's what they really liked, because there's somebody else, an outsider, looking at the relationship completely differently.
So to me, it even comes across as a beautiful love story, and that's what fascinates me more than it being.
That was the thought right from the beginning, right?
That Did when she saw the final film, has there been, considering it's so autobiographical, is there any say or something she was not comfortable with? Have you cut out stuff? Have you had any?
Nothing.
Nothing.
She cried after seeing the film.
Lovely.
We were not there. We had sent a DVD to Boston, and she saw it with a couple of friends. They too cried, and she called up. She was emotional. She called up, and she didn't have not a single change. This is something that we are proud of. Not a single change came from the producers, nor from any of the distributors, nor from Liv. This film went as it is, the way it was. We had our first screening after it was completed in Singapore at IFA. It was for the fraternity. There, Liv sort of mentioned it to press that, Dheeraj has given me a gift. I had never seen my relationship this way, the way he's seen it in this film. So in a way, it's a gift from him to me. Yeah, the film has traveled quite a lot. It released in 2012, September, in Norway. Now it's released almost in 12 countries. Last month it released in Canada, Vancouver. it's almost traveled more than 100 festivals. I mean, it's gone beyond our expectations. I mean, even this year, 2014 also, it traveled. Like, it released in US in January, and the release went on to 12 cities and went on till the 4th week of April. Because it's a documentary, it's a slow process. It is moving slowly. Most of the like outdoors, we haven't used light at all, except cutters and skimmers. Yeah. But we had a very small team, like cameraman, his two, one of his assistants. We had two camera setups, so cameraman, another operator on another camera, and his assistant. And the producer, there's one research person, and Dheeraj. And Rasool went alone without an assistant for the sound. So it was a team of just 7 to 8 people. Thank you so much.